Alrighty. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the BNR Racing Network. Sorry about us being a little late. I was packing up things and getting ready for a move here. So we are live here tonight. From the BNR Racing Network. Go over a little bit of the race information here. You see here we're in Brooklyn, Michigan, 2-mile track. 79 degrees Fahrenheit, 67% humidity, partly cloudy with a 13-mile-per-hour wind. They do run fixed setups, 70% fuel, 1 fast repair, and 4 sets of tires here tonight. Alright, so go over the starting grid here. First, I must go like this, and go like that, and come like this, and go like that. Boom. So, P1 will be Will Roberts, P2 will be Mazzella, P3 will be Chris Stang, P4 will be Jason Taylor, P5 will be Barton, P6 will be Elliott, P7 will be Tiller, P8 will be Kane, P9 will be Brandon Hartwell, P10 will be Michael Cochran, P11 will be Nathan Line, P12 will be Jeremiah Ragsdale, P13 will be... Hold on, wait, my thing's all messed up here.
We're excited here to be at Michigan, so thanks again everybody for popping in.
P13 would be Dwayne Furtick, P14 would be James Hudson, P15 would be Kent Miller, P16 would be Michael Carter, P17 would be Keenan Miller, P18 would be Antonio Bonani, P19 would be Aaron Spear, P20 would be Kevin Trzynski, P21 would be Brandon Moore, P22 would be Mike Robinson, and P23 would be Avery McDonald. So 100 laps here tonight. Pace car is peeling off.
Rolling to the start/restart area. Green flag. Waving here, Brian.
Yes, sir. As Roberts gets a good
Green
restart
flag.
there. See there, Elliott giving a shot to the 44 car there on the start there going into turns 1.
Ooh, almost 4 wide.
Yes, sir.
Did you see so much battling and jockeying going on the first lap of asking here at the high banks of Michigan International Speedway, AMS Cup Series.
See that 111 of Brandon Hartwell.
Well, it's good to see Hartwell. He was not able last week to join the race, but this week he's here. Good to see Brandon.
Absolutely.
Normally a fixture in the SRU series, or league, I should say. So about 30, 32, maybe more laps of fuel mileage here this evening is what we're estimated to see. Drivers could be wanting tires well before that, Brian. Be 26 or probably even 10 to 15 laps from now, drivers are going to be wanting a new set of tires. So, but limited with the tire sets.
You see there, Taylor.
16.
Yep.
I was just going to say 16 degrees of banking here at Michigan. I believe it's 16 without having to have a cheat sheet. Still seeing the 3 wide every now and again happening, but still seeing side by side going on. Jason Taylor looking to move forward, but just getting stalled out a little bit, but ever so slightly halting with the advance. But you'll have choke points, if you will, as you try to move up along through the field. You have Ragsdale and Nathan Line going at it out of turn 2 the lap prior. Hopefully they can settle that and hopefully won't see any short track racing at a super speedway. I consider Michigan a super speedway. You're carrying the speeds as you would at any other speedway or super speedway, if you will. Robert's having a problem up in the wall. The pole sitter, Brian, having a problem.
Oh yeah, it got too high up there and the wall just sucked them right in, Will.
No, that's never too good. It can happen at any track, any place, any time when you're rim riding like he was. Looked like he could have just got caught up in the dirty air behind the Cochran machine. Michael Cochran in the 42. I believe he just got caught up in the dirty air. Like you said, just kind of sucked him in. And, yeah, unpleasant. Stang currently in the lead. Mazzella second. Tiller third. That is the top 3. Botten fourth. Lee fifth. with the speed you're carrying here around Michigan, it's likely anything can happen. Like you just saw, you could get tied up behind another car, go into the wall, so to speak, or aero dependent. So crucial.
Yes,
We
that
saw
is.
earlier today and yesterday, the cars just losing it behind another driver. Don't think we'll see too much of that tonight. Maybe, just all depends. We saw just really Roberts getting, I believe, just aero tight. That's what helped him go into the wall. But
Yeah, that's what I'm going to have to say, Will. The thing is, Michigan, it's very draft dependent. A lot more room, though, than Daytona, which is where the boys will be heading next week, I want to say. So, lift points are key when going through the turn being behind somebody. The bumps can be brutal. I've dealt with it
yeah,
on some of the opens last week.
that's why we're seeing. That's why we're seeing everybody up on this high side, if you will, for the most part, up in that high lane. You're not really seeing too many people venture down in the middle or low lanes. If you are, they're not really. They're kind of struggling, if you will.
Yep. I noticed the Fords and Chevys handle real good here. The Toyotas, I did. Actually, believe it or not, well, I finished better in a Toyota than I did in a Chevy and a Ford here. It's just that dirty air is brutal. You get it packed on you, either in the quarter, in the back, and you're just gonna lose it. So I think what we see here is a lot of these drivers leaving some space in between them so that doesn't occur.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that, Brian, for sure.
And it's
There's a
just
lot
like,
of give and take going on
yeah,
early on. There's a lot of racing left to go.
it's just like real life. Well, we've seen it real life. You get that car to the rear of that car, that's it. You're going around because it's packing the dirty air on that car, and the car don't like it. Especially what we've seen today with Larson. It was two different forecasts through Sunday and Monday. So Larson might have had his car set up for Sunday's race, but couldn't quite get it going on Monday. And unfortunately with these guys, they run a fix set, so you're not able to do any of that. To where if you have a custom setup in, you have that audacity to go ahead and change some of those things.
Ability.
There you go. You see Will there? Oh, what a bobble.
It was a great save by Roberts as they were going 3 wide through turns 3 and 4, just ahead of him. So, yeah, after he completed that pass, looks like Miller kind of came up and just, as you were just talking about, tucking the air and just making someone loosey-goosey, if you will, unstable, the car, packing the air on another part of the car. That's what we just saw.
Yes, sir, indeed, Will, we did. We'll just have to see how the long run plays out. With the starting to get the wear and tear of the tires, and you're going to see a different handle in the car. Same thing when you got light fuel, when you have less fuel, the car gets very, very light. So you're not going to be able to do what you're doing now. Well, There goes Bolton, but he saved it. You're not going to be able to do what you're doing now on a lighter tank of fuel because the car is going to react a lot different, especially in these next gen cars.
Yes, sir. Whenever the fuel burns off of any type of race car, it's going to be a different handling beast. And these next gen cars, quite the handle, regardless. So we are just 16 laps into the first opening stanza of the race. Not even a quarter of the way through the race yet. And I think we're starting to see a little bit of comers and goers already.
Yes, sir, we are. Now everything's back to normal. Sheesh. Just had a little glitch there. But, yes, lap 17 of 100 in the books. Hey, it's linked up perfect. A slight delay, but we're good. I love it. So you're starting to see the side drafts start working out well. But you don't want to do too much of that because it takes one car to get loose, and if you're side drafting, that's it. Like that, like the 363 up there with Elliott, forcing him up there into the wall well, not giving him any room in between his car and the wall. So it's packing that air so tightly on that car to where it could upset it a little bit, but not too much.
Exactly. Just upset it enough just to get by, just to make the pass, but not enough to wipe out the competitor. To throw the complete balance of the car off. Oh, as we were just talking about, I think that could have been a side draft to gone awry. On the back straightaway, looked like Elliott and
Ragsdale, I think.
Ragsdale. Coming off of turn number 2, Elliott gets a bit close to Ragsdale and then makes a side draft, yes, attempt. And exactly what you were talking about, Brian.
And that's what I mean. Forcing somebody up into the wall, they're only going to take it so much. Well, and unfortunately, Ragsdale didn't like it, but
if we can get maybe a different view from instead of that, just because yeah, Ragsdale was going tight. It looks like up the track a little bit. Then he had to come back straight, but then Elliott comes back to comes back, and just a bit of net coating there, just a wee bit of net code, but still that can be the result of sometimes being a bit aggressive with the side draft when sometimes you don't need to. It can be a bit unnecessary at times, but you know when you see a car that's losing maybe a bit of momentum in front of you, you really want to attack them, maybe pounce, take advantage of their not really slip up, but just their loss of momentum. And sometimes when doing so, you have to try to make that side draft attempt. So it's a 50-50. You're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't.
yes, sir, indeed.
Eternal damnation. It is another one of those words that I believe you can use
Who's going to
freely.
win the race off pit road?
And it's going to be a tight one.
So Mazzella wins the race off pit road, followed by Stang. And once again, if we don't know if Stang had a little bit of slip up, because that could happen too. And then it's like, well, we talk about every week, capitalizing on pit road, getting down to where you
Yes,
need
there's
to
so
be.
much to lose, so much to gain. Mazzella looks to have a little bit of damage on the right front, Brian, of that
Oh
race
yeah,
car. Or
it looks a little nicked up there.
it does, doesn't it?
See if I can get a good. No, that's that one.
That is a lot of damage to the right front of his automobile.
Yeah, he's got some front damage there. So 22
So it looks like
laps.
we'll get.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, looks like we might get the restart, Brian.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Michigan's quick with the restart. So literally the caution out, when they get everybody caught up, it's open. Once you come out of your pit stops, it's 2 to green, then 1 to green.
Everybody double backed up. Lights are out. Actually, I think lights are back on. I'm so confused.
Are they? Find out. We'll go to. Nope, the lights are still off.
Okay. It was just my imagination. Okay. My eyes, they be playing tricks sometimes. So,
Be ready, green flag.
Green flag is out as Gonzala gets a great start, Will.
fantastic launch by the lead car on that restart, the 41 of Mazzala. So, now everybody will be aggressively jockeying for position, I do suspect, on this restart. We got a little stint in under us, so everybody kind of has a feel for what the car may be like. Getting on board there with Brandon Hartwell, coming out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. 3 wide, kind of looking. Side by side going down the back straightaway. See the 51 looking, making some moves inside of the 6. That is Furtek there.
Always good to see him back out here.
Furtek got the podium, I do believe, at Pocono, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
There's Miller behind the battle, or was a battle, with Bonini and Roberts, but Bonini got the better of Roberts. Now Miller looking to make some moves on Roberts. Quarter of the way through with this race. You have Stang leading Mazzala over Taylor. That's a battle for second place. Mazzala and Taylor, with Carter at the back door. Cochran rounds out the top 5. If that was the true average cornering speed of today, like the little NBC graphic at the top of the scoring tower that I saw at multiple times, like it never got below like 182. Like that's some of the highest cornering speeds at Michigan in a long time. Like that's, if you ask me, that's not really a safe thing. Like that's you would really want the driver to like kind of have to work the throttle or have to fight with the car in a sense to like you don't want the cornering speed to be that fast, because if something was happen, like the driver is only along for the ride at that point. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, just
Yes.
my opinion. I'm not a rocket scientist or a physics engineer or nothing, but I've just seen a lot of different rules packages, and oh man, glad they were able to get that straightened out, get that sorted. It could have been really messy there coming out of turn number 4. Jason Taylor taking the lead away from Stang, so, or at least trying to, at least. Not quite got it at the moment. My apologies for all the Jason Taylor fans. Didn't mean to get the hopes up. So,
"30 laps in, almost a halfway, Will, in about 20 laps."
yes, sir. So, kind of the length, like, trying to remember what the length of an ARCA race is around here. 100 laps, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I think the NIS was 100 laps, I believe.
You see Nathan Line really fighting on the outside line, trying to fight and keep every position he can there. Bonini to his inside. He's also got James Hudson right behind him, looking at this battle intensely, trying to figure out where to maybe make a move and pounce on these two. Looks like Nathan, though, going to get the better Bonini going down the front straightaway. No help on that inside. All those cars lined up on the outside, down the straightaways, at least.
I noticed the outside lane is the preferred line.
That's the way it's looking, especially here this evening, Brian.
And that's how it was in the officials. For the most part, you can get about a good 10 to 15 laps on the outside, then you're back on the bottom. So, but yet again, that's all depends on your setup you have in your car. I personally don't touch fixed sets anymore. Ever since they keep doing the updates to them, it's brutal. See their Hudson having a great run.
Yes, indeed. Currently in 10th position. This is a battle inside the top 10. Look at that, just in front of them. A bit of 3 wideness going on. A little bit further back. Oh, Taylor.
Caution's out.
Getting
All right, buddy, a couple laps.
kind of, I want to say, turned across the nose of Cochran.
Once again, that's that phenomenal side draft.
I think they had a neck coating and then they got out of one another coming out of turn number 2, like they morphed and tried, like the programming wanted to become one, and then they got away from each other, and then Michael didn't like it, I think, and he just kind of he turns his helm slightly to the right. At least that's what it looks like from the far chase view, right? Like he just, man. He's like, I don't like all the rub-a-dub-dubbing you did. I guess I don't know how else to call that one, but man.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they got away from each other nice and cleanly. Like I'm sure Tiller wasn't trying to be the aggressor there. Like, you know, he was trying to stay out of the wall. Cochran was gave him a lane, I would have to say, but the wall, like the way the safer barrier forms coming out of the corner there, and everybody pitting here but Stang and Robinson. McDonald, I think, he pits. Ragsdale. So Stang, Robinson, and Ragsdale stay out, Brian. What do you think about this move just after pitting about 15 laps ago, right? Maybe less than that, 12 laps ago?
They're probably going with tire consumption.
Good sir.
Yep.
Tire conservation, yes. Trying to conserve a set in the pits for later.
So he's probably like, go ahead. Y'all take it. I'm absolutely fine.
Stang's had a real good leading car as well this race so far, Brian. Where'd he qualify? Like the top 5, top 4, something like that? I got in on the qualifying late. I got in right in, come into the green, unfortunately. We procrastinate real good, but it happens. Things happen. Long day, man. I felt like this has been like the longest day. So, you have Stang, Robinson, Ragsdale, Fairtech, Miller. So Fairtech and Miller, some big movers on that exchange as well, Brian, it looks like. Lee, Botten, Roberts. You took my scoring pylon away.
It's there. I clicked on the wrong thing.
Alrighty. I believe. Okay, it came back.
There you go.
Botten, Roberts, Straczynski. KT in the 99 and 9th position. All right, 10th, give it a moment. Okay. And then Michael Carter there rounds out the top 10.
No, he's 9th because he's on the bottom lane.
I won't physically harm you, but I'll think about it.
So I want to say the 98 and the 78 are teammates. They got the same paint. Starting behind one another.
I'm sure that's in the info over there that I read last week. Mm-hmm. Right? like the okay.
Anyway, pace car is off.
Don't worry, I'll forget it again. Yes, sir. The 72 slowly coming. Okay, there he goes. I got to remember that. Everybody, he goes in the middle. He goes in the middle of the box. I'm just kidding. He'll change it up later. That's what good racers do. They change it up. Where you go.
I know Brandon Moore's been hanging back. He's been doing some. I'm not getting involved in anything. But I tell you right now, he's gonna make
Brandon,
that hard charge at the end.
Brandon's just chilling at the moment. We know how good Brandon can be at Michigan. He's just conserving his stuff, I believe. There's a lot of drivers that are just trying to conserve their stuff at the moment. Oh, Kevin and Michael having a go here. This is for 10th position. 11th and 12th right behind them.
Or 12 and 13. 8 and 9 back up in the wall. That wall grabbed them again.
Oh, synchronized spinning, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but Boughton, Abel, that's not Boughton, that's Lee. I'm going to need another look at this one. I'm not sure if Miller and Lee had a Cummins together, but oh, yeah, they did. They had a touch. Coming off of turn number 2, Miller is going to extend his exit. I believe he's going toward, oh, look at that. The 363 gets into the wall as well. So Miller's extending his corner exit, but Lee has to hold his ground because there's a car to his outside. Would you look at that? And so that's unfortunate.
Contact.
Yeah, just pure contact. Just Miller thinking that maybe Lee's going to do what he is doing as well, drive to the wall. Right? That's the normal habit to do. It's a instinctual. It's a very instinct. There we go. Thing to do. You get what I'm trying to say. Hopefully. Anyway, so. But unfortunately, like I said, Ragsdale was to his out. I think that was Ragsdale. Was to his outside, so unfortunately he couldn't go out there, and that's the net result. So the third caution in under 40 laps. So not unprecedented, but things happen when you get caught up in the moment, or you're 3 wide, and maybe the guy downstairs don't know that there's a 3-story house. He only thought that there was 2. So. Have you ever had the motion of walking up steps, and you're walking up some stairs, and then whenever you walk up some more stairs, you think there's another step, so you make the action with your. Oh my gosh, that's a good way to make yourself fall, like right on your face. I almost did that. I was like, goodness gracious, thank God I caught myself. So Furtek will be the leader. He chose to stay out and not pit. Boughton, Roberts, Miller, Carter, Cochran, Bonini, Mazzala, Hartwell, and Elliott, it looks like, will be the top 10 on this next restart. Let's see how well that Best Buy Chevrolet Camaro will fare in the restart zone. Haven't really seen a whole lot of wheel slippage so far. To this point, Brian, Michigan's one of those tracks that can maybe possibly produce some good wheel slippage or spin of the tires, but it's rare. But it can still happen, Brian.
Oh yeah, it can. I think it's more common on old tires. Because from Furtick on back, pitted the last caution. So they got like a lap on these set series. So
Yeah, and like we just said, you don't have unlimited sets anymore, so you don't want to just keep coming in, burning sets away. Just, you can't get them back. It's not like, oh yes, I want to go and put on that set I only used for 3 laps. No, once you take them off, they're gone.
That's right. Right now, getting them back.
Which I always thought that would be cool if they incorporated something where you could like skim through your tire sets and see if you wanted to like put them back on. Like which ones you wanted to put back on. Like, oh yes, that set that you only put 10 laps on. Yeah, sure, why not? Oh wait, no, that was the set I cooked the right front. No, oh no, oh no. Anyway, lights are back out on the pace car, so maybe it's a good idea that you can't do that, because then, like I just said, you'll forget maybe which set you overcooked and had to replace. Anyway, pace car back to the safety and confines of the pit road. Thank goodness it has a pit wall to separate it from all the action so far. Green flag back out. Now, oh my goodness, we saw some slippage. Don't know if it's wheel slippage or if it's just was in the wrong gear. Transmission, couldn't get it in gear, couldn't find the gear. Anyway, Roberts and Pertech down and away. They had basically a car length lead going into turn 1. Not sure what happened to, who was that? Carter? Okay, thank you. On the restart. This is the part of the day where you just start yawning and you can't stop. Love it. Over 40 laps completed. Let's just leave it at that at the moment. And
Hope the 11 did get into the wall there, as we saw.
Three cautions so far, Brian. Not bad, I would have to say, so far. Maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed, they could have gotten all out of their system, except for that slide like you talked about, but they got it. That moment. Side by side, going down the front straightaway, Roberts and Fairtech for the lead. Pole sitter Roberts looking for the lead from Fairtech. Fairtech's going to have help, though, from the 94 Botten. So Fairtech back out in the lead. Roberts trying to find a hole. Found the hole right in front of the Sinclair-driven machine of Cochran. Looking a little bit further back. Here comes Mazzella marching back up through the field.
Yep. You see Mazzella, Bonani, Hartwell all on the line up there. Now Miller's going to join them.
Ooh, almost 4 wide again for a moment. And as you saw, staying on the very bottom, trying to work his way back up to the front as well after pitting on the previous caution. 3 wide down the front straightaway again. You just see all the action happening in Mazzella's rearview mirror. Look at all that right behind him. Fairtech leading this race with Cochran and Botten. I keep forgetting Botten's name for some reason. Going at it for second place. Caution is out. Oh no, Brandon Moore. What has transpired with him back here? Why? So side by side with the 91 of Lee. down the back straightaway. Looks like Lee comes over and gives a bit of maybe a side draft or gets a bit too close and makes contact. Contact being made. Lee just flat out gets into the left rear. Like we talked about earlier, side drafting and trying to do it successfully and properly, time and place for it, and all that other hootenanny. That's just one of those moments again that just got to find the place and timing and
Like a hoot and a
I don't
holler.
want to. Yeah, that's just total mistiming, side draft gone wrong. Exhibit B for the night, I suppose, or Exhibit A, or all those other exhibits. And no, not the wrapper. So, looks like we will have the fourth caution, and it will be meeting the halfway mark under caution.
Oh, yeah.
The likelihood of seeing green flag pit stops keep diminishing, Brian, as we keep getting unlikely timed cautions to keep wondering if we will see any green flag pit stops. Those terrible towels keep waving at the... Sir?
So what is this, Pittsburgh?
Yes. Why not?
Waving them terrible towels. That's their thing. They wave the terrible towels.
Yeah, they do. I guess it's not as bad as a red flag. A red flag would just be a race stoppage, right? But can't have none of those in iRacing. You wouldn't get any of the iRacing done. You know what I mean? See what I did there? You see what the... Yeah, I made a terrible joke.
Once they add the rain,
So,
whatever that is.
no, why would you put rain on an oval for? Come on now.
You'll see it. Eventually.
So I got an idea. When we go back green, let's do our crank it up right as the green flag waves. No? Okay, you want to wait a lap? Or two? 10-4. Okay, good idea. Anything can happen.
You just say
It's like
anything.
It's like the little kid in Angels in the Outfield.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. People can spin their tires for days, find the wrong gear, not, hello gears, and just grind them for days. Avery McDonald is in the pits for a long time. Now he's rolling out. He's rolling. Get those ponies showing. Well, hi. That's not how the song goes, but, paraphrase it every now and again. That's okay. Restart will be at halfway pretty much. Well, there'll be 49, 50 laps in the books. There'll be 49, 50 laps to complete. Give or take any green, white, checkered attempts. We have 2 of those in this league/series. That Ford Mustang GT 500, 350, whatever Shelby Cobra pace car is peeled off.
Green flag.
And green flag back out again. Everybody likes to go right in the middle of the restart zone. Oh, Furtek, no. Oh, no.
That might hurt.
That might hurt. Jaden. That's actually, that's the name of a GT sports car driver down in Australia, so I was not... Jaden, if you're listening... No!
Caution. Save. How was your car?
Michael out here just taking names, and he's like, he, he's wiping everybody out. Michael, like he's taking no prisoners. We can't even good thing we didn't do an instant crank it up. Like it just man, oh man. What more do you want to say to just? Oh man. Riding on board down the back straightaway, Michael's gonna uh, just get into the left rear, Button there, and Button's gonna go for a ride. Luckily, not a Corey LaJoy-esque ride. Not enough to whoopsie daisy and just take the car off to Never Never Land. Yeah. To Never Never Land. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, Michael just out here just kung fu fighting everybody, man. He's Bruce Leeing it up. He has entered the dragon. He's got that dinosaur blood all over his hands. I tell you what, that Earl. He got the Earl. Man, oh man. So, yeah, Furtek still leading this race. He's still parading us around here. That is also the pace car's job, but Roberts, Cochran, and just Carter, Mazzella. That's the top five. Mueller up here in the 26th and 6th position. Bonini, Hartwell, Lyon, Stang. There we go. That's the top 10 as they run at this moment, pacing around. Man. Wow, that's funny. I know it's because it's like the first three letters of the name, but Lee's is fine. Lee doesn't need nothing abbreviated for him. That's his name. But Mick D, Avery McDonald's abbreviation while he's in the pit, and the little pit ticker on the bottom of the screen, Mick D. That is hilarious. It's just MC like Mick and then just Mick. Yeah, that's hilarious. D. Yep, and then the D. Anywho, oh man, I blame you for that one. So I walked right into that door. Bam! Hit me right in the face.
It's okay. It happens.
It does. I wonder when we're gonna see like a big crash. Like these ain't really seen nothing big. It's been like kind of just a couple of single car spinneroonies and just wondering when all the catastrophic just you're just gonna see some carnage. I feel like it's brewing. It's just brewing. Just wait. Just give it a second. Just sit on the edge of your seat. It's gonna, yeah. They keep racing as close as they do, and there's going to be more than one person caught up in these things. 1, 2 people. I tell you what. Going to have one of them Larson spinneroonies off turn 4, and he's just going to back into the fan favorite. I mean, what? So we're going to have the restart with 45 laps to go. How do you feel about that, Brian?
They are chipping away.
This is what you call chipping away the laps?
Yep.
You're terrible, Brian. You're terrible. Well, what all can you buy at Best Buy? It looks like some Dell computers, some Microsoft products. Rolling back into the restart zone. How much more like a bot can I sound? Green flag back out in the air. Everybody jamming up through the gears. Hopefully nobody's going to be a gear jammer. Now we see some lanes being changed properly after the stripe. I'm surprised there was not a penalty. Four wide again, four wide again. Foot ends, 1 and 2. We've not made it to 3 and 4 yet. Don't get too happy there, Willie. Okay, now back just to 3 wide racing down the back straightaway. Teammates 3 abreast. Now they get back to side-by-side action. Now back to 3 wide for a moment, just a blink and you'll miss it type of moment. Down the front straightaway. Hartwell getting a toe assist from Greg Elliott there.
Like I want to try it, but then I know something was probably going to happen.
Oh, it's okay. Yes, indeed. Fairtech, Carter, Roberts, that's the top 3. Mueller. Cochran. I don't think that's Mueller.
Mueller.
Anyway.
Just like
Okay,
I
it is Mueller. It is Mueller, okay.
Oof. And there goes Taylor.
Yes, Jason Taylor in the infield, just coming out of, nope, that's before. No caution. He's halfway down the front straightaway. I don't know whose nose he came across, but
Either Miller's or Ragdale's.
oh man, we see multiple drivers just having a bit of a twitch coming off the turn number 2.
I think now we should be good to do it.
Oh, if not, we can, always break right back into the action.
Yep. Well, we're going to do our segment of the night. Hopefully you guys enjoy. And we'll do a couple of ride-alongs and then get back to the action.
loud and clear. I don't know why you can't hear Earl. Can you hear me? Did not hear him call that caution. You need to check your radio connection. Check the one on your headset, on your headboard actually, on your left-hand side. On your
Caution is out again this evening.
Clear. You got a good
Contact being made between two drivers. Turn 3. I didn't get a good look from the onboard of Mazzala, but we will get a replay on that. Oh, Nathan Ryan and 96.
Side drafting at its finest.
Yes, indeed, Brian. Another case of that side draft gone awry. I guess they just get too close and they get connected and they touch. And good thing that the roof flaps do its job and all that.
Yep.
Want to pull Hartwell down in the booth real quick?
If he's in there. He's not.
Okay, he left.
Oh, wait, there he is.
No. Hey, Hartwell, how's it going for you this evening, bud?
It's going pretty good. I'm not sure that I really should have done what I did, but I want to make it.
Sixth caution of the evening. Are you kind of like I am about how surprised we are about seeing so many cautions?
Actually, I am. I know last couple times I've done AM this league, we pretty much went caution free every time. So I'm quite surprised. Good racing when it is good.
Yes, sir. I believe there were 6 races last season out of the 18 that we covered, 16, 18. You know, good quarter of the season. You know. Anyway, so what do you think besides the maybe coulda, shoulda, woulda, pitted right there? But I think maybe it could be the right thing. You never know the way the cautions have been falling.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a quick caution, then top off on fuel and be good to the end. We'll see how it goes. Hope I don't get.
All right.
But
hope you don't get what? I'm sorry, Brandon.
I hope I don't die right here, but we'll see.
All right. Well, best of luck to you, bud.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Brandon Hartwell, everybody. Like I said, normally a fixture over there in the SRU league. Hello, flags just pop out of nowhere, just render all of a sudden.
Green flag.
Pretty even Steven start. Brandon decided to go a little bit late in the box. Nothing wrong with that. You gotta change it up, throw some curves at some people. You know, you gotta just keep playing some trickery. So that allowed Brandon, it looks like, to kind of get a good, at least gap at the moment on the leader, or on the rest of the field, I should say. As everybody behind him, though, looks like just a hornet's nest being shook up, or a bee's nest being awoken. So, working lap 70 of 100, so 30 laps to go. We've already put down 69 laps. So Hartwell has gotten swallowed up by the field. Everybody trying to find a way around on these fresher tires. 3 wide for a mere moment, as now it's turned into a lingering moment. Brandon Moore and Chris Stang down there, they are battling for second and third, those two teammates, but behind them it's anybody's ball game for third position. But then you have the race leader who is loving this. He's loving every minute of it, every moment of it. That is Will Roberts, fellow doppelganger. And argy-bargy moment, there's pinballness going on. Greg Elliott being used as a sacrificial lamb, so to speak, in the middle. I tell you, when the elbows get out, the elbows get good and hard and pointy. I tell you what, they get sharp like razor edges. I tell you what.
Oh yeah.
Almost.
They're pooping it out now.
You know what they say, even the dullest knife will harm you.
Alright, CM Punk, we got it.
What, is that a CM Punk quote? I didn't know. Seriously?
Yes.
Bruh.
He wouldn't have said it.
You gotta send me a clip where he says that then, because I did not know that. That's hilarious. I've been. Well, find it, send it to me. Come on now, put you on the spot. It's Chris Stang having one of the most dominant pieces of equipment all night, I'd have to say. Driving back to the race leader, pole sitter Will Roberts. He's been one of the only few people to kind of challenge Will, except for Furtek, in third position. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Though, even fifth, I'd have to even go as far as saying Elliott. Throw Elliott in that mix. $25 laps to go here tonight, AMS Cup Series at Michigan.
They go with the side drag.
Yes, we've seen it used, we've seen it abused. Nathan Line, I think, kind of giving Mazzella a bit of a bump draft there, perhaps. That was a bit of an odd camera angle, I'd have to say. I couldn't get a good look. 3 wide down the back straightaway, but then John's run kind of stalled out on the inside, so he had to tuck back in line. What in the world? Is that Trump?
Where?
Who's on?
That's the half and half Arizona team.
Oh, okay.
Boy, Braden's taking a beating at the moment. He's starting to fall back there.
Are you sure that's not Trump on Botton's car? Okay.
That's that half and half T.
Okay. Three wide again. Tiller went to the bottom. He's slicing and dicing, making some moves. I tell you what.
So all the fueled up motorsports guys are in the top 10, with the head honcho of that group, Chris Stang, being out in the front, leading this race, doing everything he can to attempt to try to hold off Roberts and Furtick. Problem is, well, can the teammates get up there with him so they can secure at least top 4?
Man, good question. Like, looks like Brandon Moore been a bit of a struggle at the moment. He's back here with all the dirty air and fighting like everybody's digging, clawing, barroom brawling for all it's worth in the final 22 laps of this race here. As we were talking earlier about packing the air on your competitors, you were really seeing it here. Oh man, getting really physical too. I was looking up at the monitor, seeing what was happening on the back straightaway.
So Brandon Moore is going to pull KT around on the outside lane. But KT shooting it in the middle there, looking to get on by Brandon Moore. But he's staying on the outside.
Ragsdale is out of the race, and the one and only car one lap down at the moment is Hartwell in the 111 car, who really needed a quick caution. He needed to get things back on track that way, but unfortunately didn't see it.
Nope. "20 laps to go, coming to 19 this time by. You see Brandon Moore get a little tight, got a little bobble there, going into turns 3. Brandon Moore has fallen out of the top 10.
And as you see all the slicing and dicing that is going on, people having hiccups or people losing the momentum, falling, if you will, to the wayside. Others kind of seeing, the golden fruits of destiny await. Stang and Roberts, though, having a good battle for the lead, Brian. If we can get back to the front real quick. Look at what's going on up there. There's a 3-car tussle.
Oh!
Stang getting loose out of turn number 2. Roberts to the outside. He's going to have a bit of an aero assist from Furtick going into turn 3, but they all go their own way. You can go your own way. Staying with a slider up the track, and then crossing back over down the hill is Roberts. Furtick not choosing which way to go. Roberts taking the lead of the race back again.
What a good move by Roberts. Cleared himself, got it done. He had plenty of room to do it. Apply that
Roberts with
dirty
a
air.
slip out of turn number 2, though, but I don't know if that was maybe trying to break the draft early, so to speak. But yes, I also applaud that move. That was a good move, anticipating that slide maneuver in front of him, so he's just immediately going to cut down the track and hopefully retake the lead.
"16 laps to go. It is Roberts, Stang, Furtick, Elliott, Carter's your top 5, then Tiller, Spear, Cochran,
What
Long,
a
and Lee."
slide by Roberts. Roberts had a slide out of turn number 2. Massive slide. He's going to lose the lead. Second place, maybe third. Third to Greg Elliott on the outside. Then he's going to send it down low into turn number 3. 3-4 car battle for the lead at the moment, and there's more to come. You have Tiller and Carter closing in on this battle. And soon will be a 6-car battle for the lead. Right behind them, you have Spear and Cochran. Spear is in the 96. Willie, there we go. I figured it out.
As Furtick now slides in front of Stang, Will taking that lead back, what is rightfully his, as he says. And now could he possibly set sail with him knowing that Stang and Roberts used up their tires, Will?
Yeah, that's a good possibility. Did they use up their stuff? Which we know it looked pretty aggressive. Some really heavy sliders being pulled on there. Some aggressive, overcuts to, take back the lead we saw. So Fredcheck was just kind of biding his time, choosing who to go with, who to kind of give the draft support to, if you will, being the car behind, kind of backing up the corners, watching it unfold. But then now he still has Stang here to worry about. Stang is not long gone nor forgotten. He is all over Furcheck like a bad rash, if you will. To the inside goes the bad rash. And retaking the lead at the moment does Stang. It's anyone's ball game, if you will. Anyone. As long as you can stay up here with the front lead and have the draft support, have the momentum to swing, swing low, swing high, sweet chariot.
Swing low. Stang has some company now with a gaggle of cars in that top 5, top 6. Right there with them now. So in the top 6 we have 3 Fords, 2 Yodas, and 1 Chevy. You see there, Carter was working on that side draft, will end up stalling out Elliott, but here he comes again. 10 laps to go here tonight.
We want to speculate and believe these drivers have enough fuel to make it to the end of this race. It's anyone's ball game inside the top 6. We do see at the moment even 7th and 8th. If the leaders crash, 7th and 8th, they're right there. They could be able to avoid anything that could transpire, wipe out the front 6 cars. You have to keep that in mind as Furtek looking to the inside, coming up a turn 4, down the front straightaway. And he's going to bring a run of Elliott and Roberts. That's not, yes it is. Anyway, staying way up the track, up in the marbles. This is going to give Elliott and, well, Roberts very undecisive. Reminds you of Furtek, don't it? So,
Sure does.
Roberts again getting too close with the side draft. Not necessarily him, but just what we've seen so far tonight. We've seen multiple side draft. Roberts, I think, might have. Argy-bargy going on down the front straightaway for sure.
Coming to 8 laps to go, Will. Intensity is going to pick up. The matter of fact is, when is it going to pick up?
It has picked up now. There could be a fire station. You never can.
Right there! Oh, Willie!
Coming off of turn number 2, you see it in the rearview mirror of Sting. It's happening behind first and second right now.
Hate that for Roberts. He's running very good.
Yes, indeed, the pole sitter just getting caught up with the dirty air and the close, hard racing. Everybody's, going to be put under in the final 10 laps. And everybody, like we said earlier, getting their elbows out. It's like, breaking a chair across stone coal. Yeah, I forget to put my D's at the end of certain words. Oh well.
Yeah.
Coleslaw. Oh, yep. I think if anybody had any problem hearing Brian at that point, they definitely would need the hearing checked. Brandon Moore is in the pits, having to come down pit road for a late race fill-up, apparently.
Yeah.
Furtek with a half a second lead over Stang. Tiller 9/10 back under a second to a second now. He's got Elliott and Carter behind him. Then you have the lap car of Botten. Then Lee. Excuse me, that is Lee. Okay. Why did I think that was Botten? Maybe because it is, right?
That is Botten.
Aha! All right.
18 to 98 to 41.
Aha!
Oh, Elliott. Roughing these newcomers up. Elliott, just don't wall ride and it'll be alright.
Right. Aggressive battle there for third position. Tiller and Elliott going at it. It's got to be careful because they are slowly getting reeled in by the 98 of Carter. Carter's bringing Mazzella eventually with him. But he's currently got Botten, who is 3 laps down with him. Side by side still for third position. First and second can't get to one another to do any bodily harm, it looks like. But that doesn't mean third and fourth is that fight is over with. They're still side by side. Coming through 3 and 4. Coming to the penultimate lap. Furtek still in the lead of this race. Then you have the battle for Carter and Mazzella for who's going to get 5th position. Mazzella trying to clear Carter. He does. Elliott making life difficult for Tiller. Now Tiller looking low on Elliott as Furcheck coming to get the white flag. Now we have a 4-car battle for the final spot on the podium here, with the white flag in the air waving, diving into turn 1. Greg Elliott, Mazzella, Michael Carter, John Tiller coming down the back straightaway for the final time. Furcheck already probably coming. Oh, look at Elliott coming, gaining on Stang. But Furcheck coming off of turn number 4. He's coming to the stripe. He will win today here at Michigan. And man, look at how close they were. That's a photo finish for 5th position for Tiller and Mazzella.
Blew up.
What a finish. Excuse me, that was Tiller and Carter. Tiller gets Carter barely at the stripe. Incredible run there. Final 20, final 28 lap run, final 30 lap run. So, Furcheck with the victory, staying second. Elliott, third. Mazzella, 4th. Tiller, 5th. Carter, 6th. Lee, 7th. Taylor, Jason Taylor, 8th. Avery McDonald comes home with the top 10. Michael Cochran gets 10th position.
Yep, then Will Roberts, then Nathan Lyon, then Kevin Trzynski, then Antonio, then Mike, then Keenan, then James, then Brandon. Then Kent, then Brandon, then Aaron, and then Barton. And then Jeremiah. So, we'll see if we can...
Grab our podium finishers.
Yeah.
Greg.
Hey.
Hey. Anyway, so, what a slobber knocker of a race it seemed to be out there. The short track racing at a 2-mile high banked, high speed super speedway, some would call it. So, Greg, tell us about it. It was a bit of a caution filled Michigan race, but nevertheless, there was a lot of action to unfold.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely way too many cautions in this race. When you got a track this wide, so much room, and everybody in here is talented enough to give room. I brought out the first caution.
Yes, you did.
It was some side drafting situation on my replay. I don't know how it looks on the broadcast, but there was like almost a foot between us. But it didn't matter.
Yeah, there was a little bit of net code there.
But besides that, everybody in here is talented enough to do better, and hopefully that's what we get coming up in the next few weeks. That last run, that's what we want to see all the time. I was beating and banging there to get third, so I get in here and talk to you guys. But
the final 8 laps turned into a barn, like a barn burner, barroom brawl, elimination chamber match, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely. Good battling with Tiller. Good battling with Dwayne and Christopher there. I'm glad I got to push him to the lead and to the win. subsequently. But I'll get one of these eventually.
Daytona's next week. If it's anything like how you guys started off Season A for 2024, I can't wait for it. What's your feelings?
I always look forward to Daytona and Talladega tracks like that because they're some of the most fun racing that you can have, but it can be the most frustrating. I'll tell you what, if we repeat what we've done the last 3 or 4 weeks at Daytona, it'll be a horrible race. So let's hope to clean it up and do better next week. We want people to tune in and enjoy what they see. They don't want to see us riding around under caution all the time.
Yes, sir. Hashtag do better. Final thoughts, shout outs, anything else there, Greg, before we let you go?
Thank you guys for making it out tonight and doing what you do. And thank you to the admin team for showing up and trying to keep control of this thing. And looking forward to Daytona.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Greg, for talking to us. Congratulations on the P3. Good luck to you next week at Daytona.
Yes, sir. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome. Next
Chris.
is Chris.
Yes, sir.
P2 after just having, I called it earlier in the race, having one of the most dominant runs, dominant cars, pieces of equipment this evening. How was it for you after, like I said, during the green flag moments, having one of the most, it looked like dominant cars?
Well, it's a good track for me. I do well here, typically in any car. And, a lot of it, I got to shout out to the Field Up team. The practices and the stuff we bounce off each other and teach each other and practicing together is really the key to being able to run that well. When you got partners like Brandon and Tiller and Nate out there, when you got them helping you in the back, it's pretty easy to run fast. Just glad I finally had a week where I had a little bit of luck and was able to make it all the way to the checkered flag.
Yes, sir, because sometimes it can just, so much just not really, just racing can be racing and then be rough and tough at times, and it can make you feel like, man, do I want to keep doing it? So, or just keep chugging along, right? Like, because at the end of the day, as long as you're having fun, and the most consistent thing about it is just having fun, right?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Next week, Chris, Daytona. So, like what you were saying about having teammates and people to rely on or work with, that's going to be a big key next week. Tell us about Daytona.
Well, super speedway is always a crapshoot, but we do well there as a whole, and I'm pretty good at the super speedways, being able to read the air and know when to move and when not to, and so as much as it's kind of a wild card, it should be fun. We're looking forward to it. I'm just glad to finally get the car up here on the podium. Congratulations to the 51 there. He just kind of waited in the wings and let us burn all our stuff up there up front and went on and took it away. I just didn't have anything left for him at the end.
He was stalking you guys like wild prey. Well, Chris, final thoughts, shout outs, anything else we could, before we let you go?
Oh, yeah. Like I said, big shout out to the Field Up crew always. Aside from that, we appreciate you guys out here broadcasting, being able to go back and watch our races. It's really nice and gets it out there for the fans and everything. So shout out to them too for coming out and watching. Shout out to Avery for putting this league on. I know you get a lot of crap and a lot of flack for being an admin in the league these days, and so I commend him for doing that. And then we got some sponsors: New HD Radio, Admin Box, Dubby, Swift Home Buyers, Clark Heating and Air, And then a big shout out to my family, because without them, I wouldn't even be able to afford to do this stuff. So big shout out to them. And, like I said, thanks for the fans coming out and watching.
Yes, sir. Family always important. Family always first. Good to see you tonight, Chris. Big congratulations on the P2. Almost that win, like you said. If it wouldn't have been for pesky Fairtech.
We'll get one this season, but appreciate it. Y'all
yes, sir. You too. Quick as always, Mr. Stang there in P2. Now on to the race winner in the 51 Best Buy Camaro is Dwayne Fairtech. Mr. Fairtech, how's it going this evening?
Doing pretty great, guys.
So, you almost kind of reminded me of David Pearson-esque, kind of like just waiting. You watching Darrell Waltrip or Kel Yarborough slug it out in front of you, or Richard Petty, so to speak, log all those laps, and then you're like, all right, it's my time to shine now. Let me go. You were up here, battling amongst everybody, but like I said, when it got to that pay window was starting to finally rise open, bam, you were there. You were like, now it's time to go. I could see it, I could tell it, and you were watching, Chris and Roberts having a tussle of a battle in front of you. I believe it was Roberts, wasn't it, Brad?
Yep, it was.
So. Yep, thank you. So, just all the battles you were watching. What did you think of the racing, Dwayne?
Well, first off, I'd like to say huge thanks to AMS, incredible league. Just thankful to be able to race here. The racing tonight was absolutely exceptional. But yeah, you nailed it, right? The Silver Fox. So I was just trying to be patient, save fuel, preserve the tires, and then when it was go time, I just did my best, and it just ended up playing out for me tonight. So
yeah, very similar, almost like a redemption from Pocono, because Pocono you had a very stout car, but I believe you finished third at Pocono. I'm trying to remember all the way back now. It's been lots of things happen there in all those weeks' time. But anyway, yes, Dwayne, just got the Best Buy colors on tonight. I like it, rocking that. So. Daytona next week. What's the thoughts, the preparation, the mindset going in next week to Daytona?
Yeah, I'm not going to lag around in the back. I'm just going to try to keep my car out front. And that's just a race where, from a competition standpoint, you want to send a message to your competitors that, hey, I'm one of the cars you may want to follow. So I think if I can do that, I can probably develop some friends outside of my teammates. I must thank my teammates, Revolution Motorsports. But yeah, I think just gaining the respect of my competitors from week to week, and hopefully that'll pay dividends. It's all about relationships when it comes to Daytona, obviously.
What were the things you were looking forward tonight coming into Michigan?
Well, I was really keeping my eye on the track temperature. It really started out hot and slick. I don't know about anyone else's car, but as far as my handling tonight, early on in the race, it was just pretty tough to hold on to, but just been patient and just see what the car, can come to me. But I was just hoping to see, what role that the draft would also play as well. To my surprise, I was surprised that the pull wasn't quite as huge as it normally or it typically is. So that shocked me. But other than that, I mean, it's Michigan. It's an incredible racetrack, multi-groove. It's a driver's racetrack. You have the ability to select a lane that accommodates your handling. So exactly for that grip. So it was just an incredible night. Yeah.
Final thoughts, shout outs, anything else before we let you go celebrate the stub?
Well, shout out to you guys as well. You guys put on phenomenal broadcasts, very thorough analysis. Just thanks to you guys. Again, thanks to AMS. And gave a shout out to my teammates, but I also like to take a moment to thank my lovely and amazing wife.
Yes, sir. Like I said a while ago, like I said, just a great race overall there, Mr. Fairtech, and good to see you walking away with the win, so to speak. So best of luck to you next week at Daytona. Can't wait to see what you are able to do there.
Yes, sir. Thanks, guys. Take care.
You too,
You
buddy.
too. Well, Brian, heck of a race, even though, like, there you can sit on the fence either way. It was a bit caution filled, but the racing that unfolded, it brought the best of two worlds. You got to see some great racing, but unfortunately, you didn't get to see any green flag competition pit stop, so to speak. It was all said and done under caution. There was no really strategy unfolded this evening, but that's the way it can be sometimes. So forward unto next week at Daytona. That's where the AMS Cup Series will be. Same time, bat channel, and everything, God willing. Until we meet again, myself, Brian Huntley, like to thank each and every one of you. Also, each and every one of the competitors coming out, being a part. If not, we wouldn't have a show to put on for you fans to watch. Like I said, can I sound like an AI even more? So, that'll do it. And like I said, I hope each and every one of you have a wonderful and safe good night.